Anyway, so I brought this up yesterday a little bit, but in recent, like the last couple years, like the last year or two, I'd say, year and a half maybe, Genshin's gotten a lot of quality of life updates slowly over time. You know, updates to the artifacts. We've gotten the typewriter thing for crafting artifacts. We've gotten lots of things to make building your characters a little easier. But I've been thinking that there's still a lot of stuff they could add to the game. Thank you, Noel. I've been thinking there's a lot of other things that they could add to the game in, like, the name of quality of life. And I wanted to get some ideas, but put out some of my own ideas, and also get some ideas from you guys, from the chat, and see what you guys have to say on the matter. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get you guys back on screen. I turned you guys off a little while ago. But I see some ideas already. Epitomized path for 4-star characters. Overflow resin is like the #1 thing. Yeah, so those are two right off the rip that you could easily put down, right? #1, epitomized 4 stars. Because we've seen this so many times recently, like my luck with rolling for Ian San, and now more recently Aoife. It's a fight, right? New 4-star comes out. And I'm just like, holy shit, let me get this. For the love of God, let me get this. Because it's such an uphill battle. Because you're not guaranteed them. So it'd be really great if you could choose a 4-star that, like, every so many pulls. It doesn't have to be every other pull. It could be just like, it could be closer to the original weapon banner, where it's like, you know, you need 2 fate points to get the character guaranteed. Something like that, even. Just something to make it so you can guarantee some 4 stars when you want, right? Because it's absolutely brutal. When you're just like, God, I don't even need constellations, I just want a single one of this guy. Throw me a bone. Like, we went through that recently, trying to get one Ian-san. We got, what, 2 Veressas and a Shenyun? Like, 3, and a Mizuki. 4 5-stars before getting one Ian-san. It was absurd. Every 2 fate points equals a 4-star. Not every player is a freaking whale. Well, you don't have to whale for that. Right? And that's like, I think that would be fair. You know, you whiff once, you don't get it. You whiff a second time, and then the third time you're guaranteed. So, 3 temples. That seems fairly reasonable for a single 4-star. And on top of that, that's not to say you can't get lucky still. It still has the element of luck. Guaranteed 1 dream solvent each time you fight a weekly boss. Increased drop rate for billets. Ooh, that's an interesting one. It would be nice if you were guaranteed, like, if you did all 3. Like, you know how you get 3 discounted bosses every week? So on FGO side, they increase the odds of getting 4-star characters on the banner, so why not that? You could go that route too. You could absolutely go that route. I actually want to talk about that Dream Solvent one, right? Like, if we just go to a boss, right? Let's head over to a boss real quick. Any boss will do. Let's grab, oh, sorry, my nose was itchy. Like, Child, right? Like, you always have a chance on every weekly boss to either get a Dream Solvent or a weapon billet based on the region. So, wouldn't it be an interesting concept? So if you notice just above the selection here, your first 3 weekly bosses every week. So yeah, you look above, you see that your first 3 bosses every week are half off, which is great. So what if you did all 3 half-off weekly bosses, so you chose 3 bosses, you did them half off, you got an extra reward for doing all 3. And that reward would be a Dream Solvent and a random billet. Maybe you could choose it, but they'd probably be random. Let's just assume we're going into this, like, looking at this from the Hoyo brain perspective. You get 1 random billet. So it would not change any of this, so you'd still get your chance at billets, you'd still get your chance at Dream Solvents, but this way, you're guaranteed to be getting something. And because of how Dream Solvents work, you can change that billet into anything you want, in theory. Now, make it a Dream Solvent or a billet. You heard it here first, Bricken hates the player base and doesn't want them to have nice things. Damn, that's crazy, Bricken. That's crazy. I'm kidding, of course, but that's probably more realistic, a Dream Solvent or a billet, but, like, would you choose, or would it be random? Told me to get into the Hoyo mindset. Damn. You're too in character. So I would think that would be a pretty good solution for that, though. Just something to guarantee something every week, right? Overflow resin. Yes, overflow resin. I want to talk about overflow resin. Now, tell me, has this ever happened to you? Due to some circumstance, you're not able to play properly for a day. And you capped your resin. Ah, shit. You capped your resin, and you just wasted a bunch of resin. What an awful day. Well, it turns out that other Hoyo games have a solution for this. And we've seen this work exceptionally well, I'd say. Because both Star Rail and ZZZ both have a sort of overflow system. So when your energy, your resin, or whatever they're calling it, your fuel, or whatever they opt to call it in their respective games, has a overflow. And you can pull from that overflow to a maximum. So, like, I think at maximum would hold, like, 2,000, 3,000 resin or energy. Even Wuwa has it, yeah. So it would be nice if that was in Genshin too, where, like, oh, I could actually save my resin over a long period of time and do a really big run at one big thing. It's 3,000 in Star Rail. I think it's 3,000 in ZZZ as well. But imagine how nice that would be. It would be great as, like, from the content creator side, it'd be awesome, because then I could be like, oh, I'm going to take a week off of no resin spending. Like, I'm not going to worry about resin for, like, a week. And then the next week, it's like, oh, hell yeah, we're going ham on artifacts. So that would be really nice if that was an option. And it would be really good for the casual player as well, because now that's like, oh, they can't play for a week. Or they take a couple days off because they're just doing other stuff. They come back, oh, I can go ham for a little bit. I can actually play for a few hours if they wanted to. So that's another really good one, actually. I like that idea. Remove the cap for condensed resin. Let me farm as long as I want. Now, that is a good one, though. I think they do that to prevent you from hoarding resin, and for the express reason of doing that. I don't know why. I don't know to what end. Because, again, the other Hoyo games don't do that. So I don't get why it's just this one. Raise the condensed resin cap would be huge. Like, at least 10. Like, does it even really need a cap other than, like, standard item caps? Like 99 or whatever? Fububa has a max of 420. Blaze it. I'm pretty sure Wuba has it as, like, 1.33 times as slow. But I just don't want to play some days, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Yeah. I hate the feeling of burning resin. This game is truly casual. Let the players have flexibility. Yeah, like, they stand by. Oh, it's a very... They cater very much to a casual play experience, which is good. That's fine. Well, why don't we actually, like, do something that caters to not just the casuals, but everyone? Because the casual player gets to take advantage of it by not having to play as diligently. And the hardcore player can now hoard to do really big, like, farming sessions. Change it so you can complete the story with a friend in co-op. Now, that one raises some issues. But whomst the hell are you? Remove specific days for talent and weapon domains. Yeah, I think that's a bit antiquated at this point. Because if you look at everything else that other Hoyo games are doing, they don't do that. And it works well. Now, that being said, I will say that the other Hoyo games, farming is a lot harder. Well, I shouldn't say harder, that's not longer. Farming is longer. So, I think that something like I'm worried they'd feel the need to lower drop rates because to make it line up with the other Hoyo games, so I'm a little weary about that, but if they were to keep it as is, I think it'd be great. Being able to talk to all NPCs and complete everything except Archon quests and co-op would slap. Yeah, that would be that'd be good enough. Honestly, that would just be good enough for me. That would at least that would be better. Multiplayer experience is just an afterthought, and it shows. Yeah. Though I don't think Genshin really advertises itself as a co-op game, does it? So the Abyss is like the premier endgame. It would be really nice if there was a co-op version of it. Like, I don't think you just make the Abyss co-op. I think that would be a little too awkward and might trivialize it in a way, potentially. I don't think it would go over that well. But I think having a separate Abyss mode specifically for Abyss, where you can grab a friend and like roll up on it and have its own separate like thing. Maybe it resets at the same time as the other Abyss, so that would be great. Noelle, your input is very valuable, but unfortunately, I don't need that right now. One thing I wish you could do is view ally characters in co-op. I know some people don't know Shin Yun's jump height buff is team-wide, and her stacks are as well. If they say playing a unit who jumps a lot in standard play, like Yao Yao, they might not know that they either have to screw their combo or burn Shin Yun stands because they can't read her kit. Sorry, I'm having a pain. No, that's actually a really good one. I think it's really weird that you can't look at your co-op teammates stuff. Someone joins your world for some kind of domain, and they're playing a character, and they're insisting, I want to play this character. I would like to be able to look at that character and maybe see that, like, okay, are they up to the challenge? Like, if they're, like, not wearing artifacts and are wearing, like, a one-star weapon, I'd like to know about it first, you know? Let me catch up here. Abyss Overhaul in general. Floor 11 and 12, difficulty spike, always felt weird to me. Well, yeah, because they only up the difficulty of 11 and 12. They don't really do anything to 9 and 10. Makes me wonder, what if they were to, like, kind of revert the difficulty a little bit for 11 and 12, and then maybe add a 5th floor? What if they wanted to do their really hyper-difficult floors, the ones they've been doing more recently, and make them its own thing, floor 13? Like, that would... I think that could work as, like, a solution for that, to maybe, like, ease players into, like, more difficult content better, rather than, like, throwing them into it, like, head first. Also, still, like, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Stop putting Aether into the tutorial picks for us Lumine players, Madge. That's a good quality of life. Yeah, probably have some more promotional art that includes Lumen. Older weapon banner. Yes! Older weapons deserve time on the weapon banner. It would be cool, A, to get doubles of certain event weapons, but more importantly, for those who missed it, it is an opportunity for them to get them. That would be excellent. Skill and burst icons next to the character image would be huge. That way you can see the CD of the skill. Honestly, yeah. Just being able to see your cooldowns more easily to help out fill out your rotations better. That'd just be a nice quality of life. That's a good one. I'd love to get some older characters like Klee to standard banner. I know that's it's a bit risky to do that. We've seen that happen in other games, and it doesn't really go over that well. So you'd have to be really careful about doing it, and I think you'd have to really, like, poll the player base on that one to get the consensus on it. I'd be fine with it, but would everyone else be fine with it? You know what I mean? But Bender should also have 4-star fate points. If we're giving fate points, theoretically, to the 4 stars on the character banner, I don't see why we wouldn't do it for the weapons. Because there's a lot of weapons that are locked behind the weapon banner, and targeting them is a nightmare sometimes. Still standing by that Hoyo can take a year off and rerun old weapons, the way older characters can get reruns, like wet weapons and stuff, evoking our quality more. They could do that, but again, I think the player base might erupt if they were to do that. Because there's a big part of the player base that, like, demands new characters constantly. So it just depends on what that broader player base wants, right? I'm on your side, Bricken. I agree with you. I would probably prefer that, but we got to be realistic here. Give us a meter for shield health. Oh my god, yes. If you give the example Bond of Life. If I have a shield, why can't the shield? Why can't I have a shield health bar? Why can't I have a health bar over my health bar representing my shield? You can do it for Bond of Life. Do it for shields. I don't want to have to guess how much shield I have left. I just want to know. Please. It's a little thing. Just give me that. Good lord. There is one last thing. Extra levels for the Battle Pass. I finish this thing. I know everyone does, but I finish this thing early every time. So I would love to see extra levels added. And I'm not talking like more of these kinds of levels. I'm talking like nothing burger levels. I'm talking about ones that give like a little bit of these, a little bit of more. Just like little things. You know? Little teeny things. Just little tidbits of stuff to make the Battle Pass feel a bit more lively when you're done with it. But I think that's all the quality of life I really want to cover for new stuff, I think me and our little community here really want to see. There's been a lot of good stuff that's gotten added to the game recently. So I think this has been good though. I think we came up with some good ideas, and I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. So for those watching on YouTube, if you have any ideas for new quality of life features that you would like to see, leave them down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers. And